to Spotlight on Port Huron. I'm your host, Beth Anderson. Today we have Ken Kraft, a teacher at Port Huron High School, and Jim Anderson, my father, who's also a teacher at Cleveland Elementary.
Hi, Beth.
They're both members of the Schubert Club, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. What is the Schubert Club?
The Port Huron Schubert Club is a male chorus, guys basically who enjoy singing, and it is an all-male group, and this is the one thing that really brings them all together is our love of singing. All of them really enjoy singing together, and we rehearse every Tuesday at Port Huron High School, and our director at this point is Matthew Jones, who's doing a wonderful job and will continue to be, of course. But the one thing that we really enjoy and is the thing that brings us together is our love of singing and of music itself. There's all different levels of ability in the chorus too. There's guys that who sing professionally, people who sing with the Detroit Symphony chorus. There are people who basically have trouble even kind of holding a tune in the shower, but there's all different levels of ability, and the one thing that we really pull together is our love of music. And I might add that I'm very proud of this group. They have come tremendously along in the last 3 years. The sound that we're getting now out of this group compared to what it was 3 years ago is just tremendous. And I'm very proud of our concerts, and I think the people really do enjoy it and feel like they really get their money's worth when they go to one of our concerts.
Okay. How many men are in the group?
Well, that particular answer is difficult to pin down because the number of members changes quite often. We could have on a Tuesday evening as many as 15 or 20, and then we could have as many as 35 or 40. If you look at the registry of everyone who is enrolled as a member, I think it's around 40 or 50, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
But on an average, I think we have around 30 people who come to sing.
Okay, what kind of people sing in the group?
Well, the people who are members of the Schubert Club can be just about anybody. They could be your next-door neighbor. They could work at a lumber company. They could be teachers. They could be professionals. They could be people who are currently unemployed. It really doesn't matter what their background is. And if you were to see who we all were, you'd be really amazed at how diverse our backgrounds are.
Yes, I would like to add to that I'm always amazed at the diversity of the people there. We have people who are doctors, lawyers. We have people who work in lumber yards. We have people who are teachers. We have people from just all different walks of life, and we're very accepting there too of all different kinds of people. It's a very nice organization to belong to, and a very good fellowship and a warm feeling of acceptance by the other members usually.
When did the organization start?
Well, the Schubert Club began in 1907.
Yep.
Quite some time ago, and it began with just 14 members. And then they practiced for a long time. They joined the National Association, and they gave their first concert in 1913. So you can see that they spent a little while getting ready for that one. And it was under the direction of Mr. Coulter at that time. And then he moved on, and another director took his place. And over the years, it's continued to grow and continue to expand in the area.
Is this a statewide organization?
Yeah,
or?
We are affiliated with the Michigan Male Chorus Association, then nationally with the Associated Male Choruses of America. And every year we have a state sing with the state group, and which we'll get to a little later on. I want to talk to you some more about. And then we have the national group that we belong to, and every 5 years we get together. And I was lucky enough to go to Marquette last year, and there was over 1,000 guys that sang together in a hockey arena. It was just an awesome experience to sing with that many people. The sound was incredible. And those guys came from Canada, from New York State, from Minnesota, from all over the place. So, yeah, we're associated with many different groups, the state group and then the national group.
Okay. How many concerts do you have a year?
We usually give 3 or 4 major concerts a year. We have a Pops concert in the spring. We often have a Christmas concert. We are also involved in the Inner City Sing. This year we're not having an Inner City Sing because we're sponsoring the State Sing, so that supersedes the traditional event. But then in addition to the actual concerts that are scheduled throughout the year, which are about 3 plus maybe 1 at Christmas time, We also perform for various organizations throughout the city of Port Huron. For example, we're kind of a warm-up act for the Nutcracker, which is held at McMorran Auditorium every year. We sang with the St. Clair County Symphonic Band recently. We've performed for a blind association. We do benefit concerts. Sometimes we perform for local churches if they'd like to have us come in and present the 11 o'clock service or an evening service, present a musical concert of some sort.
We do a lot of work around Christmas time too. Like we'll sing for like senior citizens groups. We sing at some of the rest homes. We'll sing at those. We do a lot of volunteer work. So we aren't just selling tickets for money. We do some things that we donate our services as a community service to entertain, especially the senior citizens. Really seem to enjoy this a great deal.
We've also sung with Port Huron High School's choral group, and we sang with the Salvation Army a couple of years ago at their concert. And we also perform very often for the tree lighting ceremony downtown at Christmas time for Main Street, Port Huron.
Okay. You've been talking a lot about the State Sing. What is that about, and when is it coming here?
Well, it's coming on April 30th at McMorran Auditorium at 7:30 in the evening, and tickets are available. But as far as what it is, I've never had the chance to participate in one because I'm a relatively new member. So I'll let Mr. Anderson tell us a little bit more about what the State Sing truly is.
The State Sing is different male choral groups coming from all over the state, and we in fact have some that are coming from out of state. That are other male choral groups. But the neat thing about it is it's kind of our chance to show off. There's a lot of competition on which group impresses the audience the most. You don't want to do a half-baked job. You really want to do your very best because you're performing for guys that have sung for years, your peers, and you really want to do well. So there's a lot of competition. Plus, each group will do maybe 2 or 3 numbers. And then we do what's called a mass group. And this is really awesome, especially to hear this many guys sing. To hear 200 men singing at once and watch one guy just have such control over their, and such nice interpretation often of the music. It really is well worth the money for the tickets. And I strongly urge people to go to it. If you like choral music, you'll love this.
And this is really good music, too. It's music that has a lot of mixture of tone and a lot of rhythm, and some of it's very religious in nature, and a lot of it's not. But most of the music that all of the groups sing is very entertaining, and people have found by sitting in on the concerts that they really are fed by music. You know, they really can enjoy the presentations that are made.
Yeah, it's a really something we've worked really hard in our group, our local group, because we're sponsoring it this year, and it's going to be April 30th. The tickets are $10, and you can get them, I believe, at McMorran Auditorium.
Ticketmaster.
And
not Ticketmaster, but at the Ticket Box at McMorran.
The Ticket Box, yes, at McMorran. And
all the local members of the groups have tickets that they can sell. So if you know somebody that's in Schubert Club, you can go ahead and contact them and ask them if they have tickets available.
And we've been working very, very hard for this concert, and the other groups that are coming in from out of town. It's really a unique thing, and that's the one thing I'd really like to emphasize, to have this many men together singing. You know, a church choir or a church group that might get together, you may have maybe 8, 10, 15 at the most men, but 200 men on stage to hear 50 basses just booming out the sound, it's incredible. As a bass, it's thrilling to me to sing like that. That's why we do it.
One of the other things I'd like to mention, although I have not been at a state sing, I was in the inner city sing last year, and I was really surprised that some of the groups come with a whole routine worked out for their music. And the Dow groups, the group that's sponsored by Dow in Midland, their entire performance was based on pirate music, and they were all dressed in pirate costumes, and they had some footwork worked out. And I had the pleasure of reading the introductions for the numbers that they were performing, but it was a lot of fun, the kind of music they were presenting. And I also wanted to take just a moment to mention the groups that are going to be joining us at the State Sing. We'll have the Flint Male Chorus and the Greater Lansing Orpheus Male Chorus, the Kalamazoo Male Chorus, the Ludington Male Chorus, Michiana Male Chorus, Norton Male Chorus, and the Millstream Singers will be joining the Port Huron Schubert Male Chorus. So those are groups from throughout the state of Michigan, as well as from Ohio and Indiana, will be coming to Port Huron on April 30th.
Wow. If you're interested in joining the Schubert Club, who would you contact?
We really don't need to contact anybody. You can just show up at Port Huron High School at 7 o'clock on Tuesday evening. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to audition for the group. Nobody makes you sing alone. You'd be given some music. You'd be invited to come right in and sit down and listen to the music while we sing through it. Sight read if you wish, and you really can't mess anything up too badly unless you came in right before the performance. And of course, at this time, we're really geared to performance. All the music that we're performing at the State Sing will be memorized. So this would not be a good time for somebody to join fresh and plan to perform on April 30th. But at any other time throughout the year, we're always looking for new members.
Okay.
The one thing I really wanted to add about the new members, when you come in there, I think some people think they need to know how to read music really well or how to know a lot about music and rhythm and all that. Some of the guys, it's just all different levels of talent. And some of the stronger singers, like Ken here, is a wonderful singer, and he can read music like you wouldn't believe. And I'm not that strong reading music, but I like to stand next to Ken so I can make sure I pick up all the right notes and stuff. And
Or the wrong ones.
or the wrong ones, yes. Not very often, but there's all levels of talent. And the main thing is that, you know, you like to sing, you enjoy singing, and some guys have beautiful voices, and other guys' voices, they aren't so great, but, you know, you blend together to make this nice sound, and it really comes out really well. And as I said, I'm really, really proud of this group. I've been singing a long time, off and on in different groups in college and high school and little theater and plays and stuff, and I'm really proud of this group. It really has a tremendous sound.
One of the things that I'd like to add to that is that whenever we're practicing, we always have plenty of opportunities to learn the parts. So if you're not a real strong sight reader, or even if you don't know music real well, some of the guys have admitted that they can't read music at all, but by sitting through the rehearsals and practicing the music, they come to be very familiar with it, and then they can tell what the music says, you know, the notes that they're supposed to sing and where they go. In addition, the director and the accompanist do a wonderful job of creating a tape for us to use, and we wind up with a cassette of all the music that we're going to be singing, so we can plug the cassette into a cassette player at home and follow the music and learn our parts that way as well.
Well, thank you for joining us. Right now we're going to take a look at the Schubert Club in action.
It's called Canon in D. It is conducted by Rob Phillips, who we heard solo not too long ago this evening, accompanied by John Brown, and it is the Port Huron Schubert male chorus with a Canon in D. and gentlemen, the massed choruses with Salutation. Salutation. Another masked chorus presentation for you now. And this is called Another Opening, Another Show. And you're probably familiar with this one. The words and music of this song are by Cole Porter, the great Cole Porter. It's from his masterpiece musical, Kiss Me, Kate. He did that back in 1948, and it's been arranged here for a three-part chorus by Ed Lojeski. It's a great show opener. It talks about, and ask any of these guys about this, the anxiety, anticipation, excitement of putting on the show, all the weeks of work, and having it all boil down to right now, curtain time, showtime on Saturday night. Just ask these guys about that. The conductor here is Roy Bumgarner, accompanist Teresa Henderson from the Flint Male Chorus. Another opening, another show.
If you'd like to be a member of Schubert Club and you're a gentleman between the ages of 17 and 70, although there really are no restrictions, come on out to Port Huron High School at 7 o'clock on Tuesday evening and see what it's all about. Although our concert program is pretty well established for this year with the State Sing at McMorran Auditorium on April 30th, we will have some further performances and sometimes throughout the summer. We'd be glad to have you join us. Come on out and see what Schubert Club is all about.